Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Kill Shot. And this is an action thriller from director Ari Novak and focuses on a group of terrorists in search of $100 million. They're stolen, lost in a plane crash en route from Afghanistan. But who gets in their way? A former military man who's showing a young woman around in the woods, and things clash. Now, sure, this seems like such a straight out of like the 90s kind of action movie premise. Almost kind of sounds like Cliffhanger, just a little bit. But this particular film, nothing really clicked for me while I was watching this film. First off, the actors are so stiff, like every single one of them, trying to deliver lines, trying to look natural. At no time, there's moments where you're supposed to be feeling emotion and it feels so over the top and absurd and ridiculous. Just nothing really clicked in terms of the actors trying to bring these characters to life. They all felt like cookie cutouts of the most bland script ideas instead of like actual people. How it's shot, this film takes, like, every scene feels like it takes 2 or 3 times as long as it should. It just keeps lingering and really hurts the pace of a film that's barely an hour and a half to begin with. Also, this looks really cheap, and in terms of like the action isn't very interesting. It's just like people shooting off screen, other people shooting off screen. There's really obnoxious moments of like this female character who's being shown around the woods. There's a point where she just has no pants on, and it just like feels like the only reason it's there so we could look at a woman without her pants on, and then the camera looks straight at her ass, and it's just like, and lingers on it, and it's just like, it's supposed to be them like communicating, but it's like pointing right there, and it's just like, should this not be looking at the actors who are trying to communicate with each other? No, we gotta stare at some ass right now. It's just like, that's the kind of movie this is. It's nothing really clicks. It is the most half-baked action thriller you're gonna find around. There's just plenty of excuses to have nearly naked women in this, and it just feels so slimy and obnoxious. There's 2 scenes that just really threw me off. The main character has a horribly emotional backstory, and like the scene where he has loss felt so absurd and over the top and melodramatic because it was shot like, it felt like worse than a Hallmark movie. It felt like 10 times worse than a Hallmark movie. And even just from like how the shots are constructed and put together, it looked terrible and looked so unbelievable. And then it all builds up to the most obnoxiously obvious twist that when this twist happens, it makes the whole entire film feel like, what was the point of any of this? And at the end I'm like, what was the point? I didn't feel like I had one. And unfortunately, this did not work for me. If you're a big fan of action thrillers, sure, give it a try. But like, this just did not click, did not speak to me. Nothing really worked. And this just felt like a half-baked mess of a film that just left me feeling like, wow, I wish I didn't spend 90 minutes watching this. But those are my thoughts on Kill Shot. Let me know what you think. Let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.